join to the call.
Thank you so much, Neha.
Ramaya, you can introduce yourself and then
Yes,
we start a
yes,
bit.
yeah,
Thanks.
I'm going to do that. So, good morning and namaste to everybody. So, today we will be talking about kidney health. So, how to keep your kidneys under good space. Like, if you are diabetic, again, one of the major organs which we have to be very particular is kidney, along with nerves, along with heart and other organs. So, my name is Rumaya, as Neha has already mentioned. I work as a health coach in SugarFit, and it's been a long association with SugarFit. So, good number of reversals I have seen under me, and a lot of them are working towards attaining reversal as well. So, it's very nice and very good to share my knowledge with people who are looking towards like a better health on regular basis. So my expertise has been dealing all clinical conditions from pediatrics to geriatrics, and I have done my masters from nutrition background and hold an experience of 15 plus years. So today's topic, I have put it in a very simplified manner. So first 30 minutes, I will discuss about the topic. I'll give you a lot of insights, बहुत सारी information with regard to kidney health. How what does kidney do, and हम कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं किडनीज को हेल्दी शेप में रखने के लिए. So Hindi and English, these are the two languages I'll try to communicate with regard to information. और बाकी का जो 30 मिनट्स है वॉट एवर योर क्वेरीज, आपके जो भी कंसर्न्स हैं क्वेरीज है विथ रिगार्ड टू किडनी इश्यूज, आई थिंक यू कैन पुट इट अप इन द चैट विंडो. सारे क्वेश्चंस विल बी आंसर्ड इन द नेक्स्ट लाइक कमिंग हाफ एन आवर. So, without wasting much time, I hope you all have had breakfast and energetic to go ahead and understand and gain knowledge about kidneys. So, I'll go ahead and I'll start with a small quiz. So, we start by, yeah. So, what is the function of kidneys? I just want you to give me options on the chat. A, filtration. B, pH maintenance. C, controls blood pressure. D, all of the above. So just try to put in your answer. Let me see how many of you. Okay, that's really nice. I see a lot of answers coming in. So definitely towards the end, you will get the answer. What is it for this simple question? I hope everybody knows the answer for this thing. Okay, so we have got enough responses. We are getting more responses as well. Okay, that's really nice to see. Yes, so now let's go ahead and understand what are actual functions of the kidneys. So one basic function is first one, it helps in removing waste and extra fluid in our system. So a kidney is like a filter to remove waste and extra fluid from our body. And our kidneys filter about 200 liters of blood each day to make about 2 liters of urine. So we know urine directly related to kidney function. So whenever you have kidney issues or anything, we kind of like constantly look at like what is your urine output, what are your urine parameters. Even with a complete body checkup, if you go, you see that okay, urine is being checked. How much of glucose is present in urine? Is it extremely high? Is it extremely low? Or is it like all the other salts which are unnecessary for our body? Because anything we eat, everything has nutrient in it. Apart from water, everything else has some of the other form of like vitamins or minerals, or we have macronutrients like carbohydrate, protein, fat, and micronutrients comes under all the vitamins and minerals will come under micronutrients. So everything to filter out and to remove all the waste products, kidney is doing the filtering work. So the urine contains wastes and extra fluid. This prevents buildup of waste and fluid to keep your body healthy. To understand how much of water you have to drink, this is a common question which I come across. Most of my clients also, most of anybody, like normal people also ask like how much of water should any person drink. So the simple answer what I give them is watch your urine color, because the kind of food you eat, the temperature where you're residing, and the kind of like cultural difference you have with regard to food, all these things come into picture when we talk about water. So if your urine color is like water, transparent, then you understand that you are drinking enough water. If your urine color is dark, if your urine color is yellow or slightly yellow, you need to understand that there is scope for drinking more water. So it's a very simple sign to understand how much water you should drink. Until and unless you have a chronic kidney issue and the doctor has asked to restrict water, because people who are having kidney issues, a lot of the times the water will be very restricted because there will be a lot of buildup because already kidneys are not functioning well. On top of that, if you start drinking too much of water, it will again create a lot of complications. So until and unless you have that issue, you need to restrict water. Otherwise, I think you should go ahead drinking or increasing your hydration depending on your urine color. So yeah, filtration or filtering job is done by kidneys. And the second one, let's talk about how does it help in blood pressure. So if you see, kidneys need pressure to work properly. So kidneys can ask for higher pressure if it seems too low, or try to lower pressure if it seems too high by controlling fluid levels and making the hormone angiotensin 2 that causes blood vessels to constrict. So basically, when you have BP issue, so kidney is a major organ which is responsible to manage your blood pressure. So it kind of like automatically functions itself looking at your blood pressure. Okay, if it needs body needs higher pressure, it will help by giving higher pressure. But body needs lower pressure, or the pressure is going really high, then it kind of like helps by lowering the pressure. It's also, so it largely kidneys help in controlling blood pressure. So it's very important to maintain good hydration system because it's directly related to your blood pressure as well. And then the next one is to make red blood cells. So your kidneys make a hormone called as erythropoietin. So erythropoietin tells our bone marrow to make red blood cells. What does red blood cells do? They carry oxygen from your lungs to supply to all your body's needs. So whenever you need oxygen in our body from any cell, I mean, this erythropoietin is an hormone which is produced specifically in kidneys, which helps to get that need fulfilled. The red blood cells give you the energy you need for daily activities. Even for talking, even for sitting, even for sleeping, we need energy. And while we are walking or doing any exercises, we definitely need energy. So, how does this energy come from? Through our red blood cells. In the complete blood profile, if you do, there is red blood cell karke one component which you see in the blood marker. So if it is in normal range, you know that okay, your erythropoietin is kind of like working well. So basically, your kidney is functioning fine with regard to red blood cell production. And then to keep our bones healthy. So I in the beginning I was talking about kidney health, and people who have kidney issues, there are a lot of like micronutrients which we are kind of like closely monitoring. So the kidneys make an active form of vitamin D. So you need vitamin D to absorb your calcium and phosphorus. So you see in your blood parameters, okay, I have low calcium. So I start taking supplements, or I start drinking more milk. I start taking curd, which is high in calcium. But then your calcium has to be paired with active form of vitamin D for the absorption work. Otherwise, it's of no use. It's just that, okay, you are drinking, you are eating calcium rich food. It is just going to cause stress on your kidneys. So, calcium and phosphorus are important minerals for making your bones stronger. So, to get that whole combination, vitamin D, calcium, phosphorus, all these things are important for your bone health. And the kidneys also balance calcium and phosphorus, so your body has the right amount. So, there are n number of foods again which gives you phosphorus, which gives you calcium. So, we have milk and milk products, we have nuts and seeds, which is giving us phosphorus. We also have a lot of like green leafy vegetables, which gives us calcium. So, to get a right amount and to get the right balance, our kidneys definitely have a major role to play with regard to our bone health. And then pH. So, this was one of the options which I had mentioned in the quiz. So, what is pH? So, pH is a measure of acid and base in our system. So, acidic or neutral or alkaline. So, you would have heard about these components. So, if you see here, so what is acidic, what is neutral, and what is alkaline is being mentioned here. So 0 to 14. So basically, earlier numbers like 0 to 3 would be 0 to 3 or 4 would be like acidic in nature, and 4 to 9 would be like neutral in nature, and 9 to 14 or 10 to 14 would be alkaline in nature. So to get a balance of this, kidney has a major function to do. So your kidneys maintain a healthy balance of the chemicals that control acid levels. As cells break down, they make acids. And the food you eat can either increase or lower the amount of acid in our body depending on what category of pH they fall under. And your kidneys balance the pH of your body by either removing or adjusting the right amount of acid and buffering agents. So basically, whatever we eat has a pH level into it. So if you are eating a lot of lemon or acidic food, so you know that okay, the pH is quite less. If you're eating a lot of like vegetables and fruits, again, it kind of like varies the pH scale with regard to different food items which you're taking. So the kidney kind of like balances and tells your body like, okay, what would be the pH to be maintained for good health or for normal, maintaining a healthy balance of all the chemicals. So it has a very important function of controlling pH levels through kidneys. And we can do a lot of things to keep our kidneys functioning properly and keep them as healthy as possible at every stage of life. So, what are the things we do? So, we know now what are the major functions of kidneys, right? We all know like it does help in filtering or it does help in maintaining pH balance. It does help in our bone health and all of those things, red blood cells and all of that. So now what do we do in our daily routine? हम क्या कर सकते हैं to keep our kidneys healthy? Because as we are aging, we know हमारे जो भी major organs हैं that will not be in the same scale. Like how we are in the young age, it might not be the same as we are progressing. हमारा एज होते होते क्या होता है बॉडी के organs also slow down a little bit. But then there are things which we have to keep in mind to keep our kidney health on point. So, what do we do? First thing is hydrate. So, I told you first work is to filtration, right? So, but hydration is very important here. पानी अच्छे से पिएंगे जितना भी आप खाना खा रहे हैं लॉट ऑफ द इश्यूज डे इन डे आउट बेसिस जिनको फटीग होता है टायर्डनेस होता है जिनको नींद नहीं आती है पीपल हु हैव गट इश्यूज इंडाइजेशन हो रहा है कॉन्स्टिपेशन हो रहा है बर्पिंग हो रहा है गैस्ट्रिक इश्यू हो रहा है मेजर रीजन वुड बी लो हाइड्रेशन they are not drinking enough water or they don't know how much water is good as I said beginning में जो मैंने बोला था द सिंपल साइन टू अंडरस्टैंड अगर आप ठीक से पानी पी रहे हैं या नहीं पी रहे हैं इज टू वॉच योर यूरिन कलर क्योंकि कोई कोई लोग बोलेंगे आई एम ड्रिंकिंग प्लेंटी ऑफ वाटर प्लेंटी वुड बी 1 लीटर 1.5 लीटर 2 लीटर फॉर सम पीपल प्लेंटी वुड बी लाइक 4 लीटर 5 लीटर कोई कोई बहुत ज्यादा भी पिएंगे अगेन अगेन एंड अगेन विजिटिंग वॉशरूम इज ऑल्सो नॉट अ गुड साइन अगर आप 1 घंटे में 2 से 3 टाइम इफ यू आर विजिटिंग वॉशरूम देन इट इज नॉट अ गुड साइन यू नीड टू कंसल्ट योर डॉक्टर क्योंकि आपका ये फ्रीक्वेंट यूरिनेशन हो रहा है सो कीप इन माइंड अगर आप इतना ज्यादा पानी एक ही बार में पी रहे हैं देन यू आर स्ट्रेसिंग योर किडनीज यू आर गोइंग यूजिंग वॉशरूम टाइम एंड अगेन it could be one of the sign that your sugar levels are also very high. So hyperglycemia का एक symptom frequent urination भी होता है. Or you are diabetic but you're not aware but you are waking up too many times in the night to use washroom. Daytime में आपको उतना पता नहीं चलता because you are being active as well but night time you are waking up every 1 hour every 2 hours once then you definitely need to check on specific conditions. If you have not diagnosed diabetes or if you have any kidney issues you need to track it down. So hydrate but don't overdo it. We recommend 2.5 to 3 liters for women, 3.5 to 4 liters for men. This is general but again to get a very good understanding on कितना पानी पीना चाहिए आपका यूरिन का कलर देखिए ट्रांसपेरेंट या पानी के जैसे होना चाहिए. If it is not like pani it is discolored or it is yellow or it is concentrated, then you need to understand कि ज्यादा पिएंगे. और एक catch, what is it with regard to hydration? Only because हम बोल रहे हैं कि पानी अच्छा पियो, it doesn't mean that आप एक एक bottle एक बार में पी रहे हैं. Gulping down too much of water at once is definitely not good for your kidneys. The very simple tip you need to understand while you are drinking water, always sip on water. एक ग्लास अपने पास रख लीजिए, एक बॉटल अपने पास रख लीजिए. अगर आप बैठ के काम करने वाले हैं तो ऑलवेज कीप सिपिंग. ओवर अ स्पैन ऑफ 30 minutes, ओवर अ स्पैन ऑफ 1 घंटा, आई थिंक यू कैन फिनिश 1 or 2 cups ऑफ वाटर. दैट इज अ हेल्दी वे ऑफ ड्रिंकिंग वाटर. और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि खाने से एकदम पहले आपको बहुत ज्यादा पानी पीना चाहिए और खाते खाते आपको बहुत ज्यादा पानी पीना चाहिए और खाने के तुरंत बाद आपको पानी पीना चाहिए, या फिर डोंट ड्रिंक वाटर फॉर लाइक 1 hour, हाफ एन आवर. दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड. ऑलवेज कंसिडरिंग sipping on water is good. Just before eating, while you are eating, after you are eating, if you are sipping water, then there is no worry. If you are gulping down too much of water, then definitely that is not a healthy choice with regard to hydration. So you need to keep these points in mind. And then eating healthy foods. This is a vast topic. Generally, agar मैं बोलूं तो I think diabetes plate method is something which we have to keep in mind. So this is considered as one of the easiest ways to make sure that you are eating healthy. What is this diabetes plate method meaning? You all would have heard from your coaches saying that 25% आप कार्बोहाइड्रेट खाइए, 25 में प्रोटीन खाइए और 50% नॉन स्टार्ची कैटेगरी ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स खाइए. दिस इज वन ऑफ द इजीएस्ट वे. तो सिंप्लीफाई करके आपके प्लेट में जब आप विजुअली देखें तो 50% पोर्शन वेजिटेबल्स होना चाहिए. वेराइटी ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स, ब्राइट कलरफुल नॉन स्टार्ची कैटेगरी ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स. और उसका आधा पोर्शन आपका कार्बोहाइड्रेट होना चाहिए, जो आपका चावल, गेहूं, जवार, ओट्स, किनुआ, जो भी आप कार्बोहाइड्रेट कंसिडर करते हैं वो वहां पे हो सकता है. और आधा पोर्शन वेजिटेबल का, मिनिमम हाफ पोर्शन आपका प्रोटीन होगा. अगेन प्रोटीन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम डिफरेंट सोर्सेस. इट्स नॉट ओनली नॉन वेजिटेरियन सोर्सेस विच विल गिव यू प्रोटीन, ऑल्सो वेजिटेरियन सोर्सेस. आपके जो भी दाल है, पल्सेस है, स्प्राउट्स है, सोयाबीन है, नट्स एंड सीड्स है, दही है, छाछ, all these things are giving you paneer, tofu, all these are giving you protein. So there has to be a good combination of carbohydrate, protein and fiber on your plate. This is one of the healthiest way to monitor or to keep a very prioritized note to make sure that you are eating healthy. उसके साथ ही साथ एक्सरसाइज. तो मूवमेंट का बहुत ज्यादा देयर इज इम्पैक्ट ऑन ओवरऑल हेल्थ. इट्स नॉट ओनली फॉर किडनी इश्यू और फॉर डायबिटीज. अगर हमें वी हैव टू एज इट इन अ मैनर लाइक वी आर हेल्दी. हमारा डे टू डे रूटीन, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम 40 years old, आई एम एबल टू डू सो मेनी थिंग्स इन अ डे. आज मैं ये सब कर सकती हूँ, मैं एक्सरसाइज कर सकती हूँ, खाना बना सकती हूँ, आई कैन टेक केयर ऑफ माई चाइल्ड, आई कैन डू एन नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स एट होम. बट 50 to 60 years के एज में अगर मैं ये सब नहीं कर पाऊंगी, देन यू हैव नॉट डन लाइक यू हैव नॉट टेकन केयर ऑफ योर हेल्थ इन योर यंगर डेज. तो आपको क्या करना है पहले ही, इफ यू आर इन अ यंग हेल्थ लाइक 30, 40, 20s, देन आई वुड से स्टार्ट टू प्रायोरिटाइज एक्सरसाइजेस एज ऑफ नाउ. क्योंकि आपके मसल को बनाए रखने के लिए यू नीड एक्सरसाइज. Without exercise, as the biological age is progressing, we tend to lose our muscles as well. Muscles body में कम हो गए, muscle का component कम हो गया, then you see that उतना strength और stamina भी आपके body में नहीं बचेगा. अगर आपको उसको बचा के रखना है या फिर उसको improve करना है, then definitely exercise is the key word. So exercise can be as simple as just walking small distances wherever possible, walking around in and around in the house, and then doing simple movements like nitric oxide dump exercises. अगर आप बैठ के आपका बैलेंस नहीं है, चलना फिरना आपसे नहीं होता है, even while you are sitting on the chair, you can do stretching exercises. यू कैन डू सोलियस पुशअप, जो आप पैर को ऊपर नीचे करेंगे बैठ के, वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. हाथ से थोड़ा थोड़ा सा जितना हो सकता है उतना स्ट्रेचिंग. So there is no age limit for exercise. Even you are at 80, 90, you can still do exercises. तो इसका कोई भी डेट नहीं है कि ओके यू हैव टू स्टार्ट ओनली व्हेन यू आर यंग. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी. इफ यू स्टार्ट व्हाइल यू आर यंग यू विल बी एबल टू सी you are aging better. But if you have already aged, it's still better to include exercise क्योंकि आगे जो भी आपका age है, I think that you will be doing it in a graceful manner. ठीक है. So exercise including or making it a part of your daily routine like a habit is very important. Just for the sake of doing, हमारे कोच ने बोला है करने के लिए, शुगर मैनेज करने के लिए मैं वॉकिंग कर दूंगी या फिर मैं एक्सरसाइज कर दूंगा, it doesn't sustain or remain for a long period of time. क्योंकि subscription can be for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or 5 years. But after that, when you're on your own, that motivation has to be there within. Like how you brush your teeth, you eat your food, you do like your daily routine. उसी तरीके से exercise should also be part of your daily routine. And then we have to be, especially when we talk on kidney health, use caution with supplements and herbal remedies. So there are a lot of like herbal remedies which you come across. आप ये leaf ले लीजिए, ये पाउडर खा लीजिए, ये सप्लीमेंट ले लीजिए, विटामिन B12 बहुत कम है, आप ऐसे ही ले लीजिए सप्लीमेंट. विटामिन डी आपको लेते रहना चाहिए. कैल्शियम यू हैव टू कीप ईटिंग. नो, इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी. जनरलाइज कुछ नहीं होता है. इट इज वेरी इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक. आपके ब्लड वर्क में क्या वैल्यूज हैं वो देख के आपको सप्लीमेंट्स के बारे में बताया जाता है फ्रॉम अ प्रोफेशनल डॉक्टर. Don't listen to random people who are giving you advices on supplements or herbal remedies. It has to come from a health professional. इधर आपके कोच बोल रहे हैं ये ले सकते हैं, आप इतना क्वांटिटी ले सकते हैं, इस टाइम पे ले सकते हैं, या फिर आपके डॉक्टर बोल रहे हैं, ओनली लिसन टू देम. कमिंग फ्रॉम अ registered people is very important. ऐसे ही don't take supplements or herbal remedies for a long period of time. Because इसका जो भी impact होता है, I told you, kidney takes the load of all of these things. Whatever is necessary for the body, it gives, but what is not necessary, all that comes into your kidneys because that has to be excreted out from your system. So be very cautious on taking any kind of supplements or herbal remedies. ठीक है. एंड देन हैबिट्स लाइक स्मोकिंग, अल्कोहल. डेफिनेटली स्मोकिंग से तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है विच इज कमिंग इन फेवर विथ रिगार्ड टू योर हेल्थ बिकॉज इट्स ओनली एंड ओनली डैमेजिंग. they are releasing a lot of toxins into your system. We are already dealing with free radicals which are automatically produced in our system. एक्सरसाइज करने से या फिर डेली हमारा डेली रूटीन से भी बहुत सारे फ्री रेडिकल्स पैदा हो जाते हैं इन द सिस्टम which can create issues. We are trying to cope up with antioxidant rich food to remove those free radicals. But then uske साथ ही साथ we have habits like smoking, chewing pan, chewing gutka, then definitely it's not adding on to any health benefit. It's adding on more stress, especially for your lungs, for your kidneys. This is not doing any good. It's just adding on to more stress. So think of quitting, quit today, like thinking of a day, thinking of a time, and then just deciding I'm not going to do it anymore is the answer, is the remedy. If you say, okay, I will reduce, I will see, फिर देखेंगे, फिर करेंगे, वो कभी नहीं होने वाला. It's just going to stretch the time. Okay, one smoke का impact will remain for 40 days minimum in your system. So just remember आप कितना smoke किए हैं and how many days you need to detox your system from the impact which it is causing. So quit smoking. That is the only way to go ahead with regard to kidney health. And then overdoing the medications which are available over the counter, especially in our country, it is very easy to get fever है medicine ले लीजिए, cold है, cough है, यहाँ पे दर्द है, वहाँ पे दर्द है, over the counter medication. Because lot of the times you don't need prescription for these simple medications which are available there. But then it is not simple if you have a habit of popping a pill for anything and everything on regular basis because it impacts largely onto your kidneys and onto your liver. So you have to be very careful when it comes to over the counter medication. Until and unless there is a prescription given by a professional doctor, please don't go with medications for your pains and aches and regular issues. ठीक है. Think of how do you overcome these kind of daily issues which you have to pop in a medication. Might be it is muscular pain, might be it is just the back pain. You are taking back pain का medication. Back pain आपका हो सकता है it is because of your लो कैल्शियम और बिकॉज ऑफ लो विटामिन डी, और आपके मसल में पेन हो सकता है बिकॉज ऑफ लो विटामिन B12 लेवल्स. यू नेवर नो क्या कॉज है. Superficially taking care of the issue is not going to resolve the problem. So you should always concentrate on what is the foundation cause for this kind of discomfort which I am coming across karke. So be very careful with this, because kidney health, if you're being very specifically worried, then you have to get rid of these habits if at all you have. ठीक है. सर दर्द हो रहा है या फिर पैर दर्द हो रहे हैं, just popping a medication will not take care of the issues. And if you're at risk with regard to kidney disease or kidney function, then get a regular kidney function screening done. So if your doctor has already told you your kidneys are at risk, then every year, every 6 months once, depending on how frequently they have asked you to do it, keep a close eye. It could be serum creatinine, it could be your electrolytes like potassium, phosphorus, sodium, so uric acid. Keep a close eye. At least once in a year, get a complete health check done, and keep a close eye on what the parameters are. कैसे change हो रहे हैं year to year, months to months. You need to keep a close eye, because as I said, as we are aging, we are not getting better with regard to health, because internally our system, our organs are not functioning at its maximum. It slowly starts to deteriorate, because that is the way it is. That is the nature, general nature. But then by keeping our healthy habits on priority, we can make sure that the health is prioritized on regular basis. Okay. So this is something which is very simple. It's a 1-day detox diet plan. So all the foods which are mentioned are keeping in mind your kidney health. Like for example, एक दिन के लिए आप ये follow कर सकते हैं, because this is calorie restricted diet. If you do this every day, you might come up with some kind of like nutrient deficiencies. So following it like might be weekly once or monthly 2-3 times, one day in a week is absolutely fine. It will help in detoxing effect. So what are the options which are mentioned? If you see, very simple, ACV water or lemon water, apple cider vinegar or lemon water, 2 to 3 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. You can add it in 1 cup of water, and you can take this early in the morning on empty stomach. And then your breakfast will be vegetable juice. What are the vegetables which you add here? It could be beetroot, it could be cucumber, it is ginger, and some mint leaves. Again, why this specifically mentioned vegetables? Because they help in detoxification of your kidney. So 1 glass of that, almost 250 ml of that, you can drink as your breakfast. And then lunch, you can take kanji with carrots and a glass of buttermilk. The ganji can be made with any of the grains. It can be made with your rice, it can be made with dalia, which is broken wheat, it can be made with your millets as well, any form of millet. It could be jawar, it could be bajra, it could be barley, so it could be foxtail millet. So with these things, they can cook in the pressure cooker along with some carrots, and a glass of buttermilk you can include along with it, and add some cucumbers as well along with it for the salad, and you can have that as your lunch. And then evening, you can make a juice, green vegetable juice. Again, a lot of green leafy vegetables helps in detoxification, generally full body as well. Specifically kidney ke liye cucumber, coriander, mint, pudina, spinach or lemon is something which you can combine, and you can make a juice out of this, and you can take it in the evening. Again, dinner mein all the vegetables, you can mix at least 5-6 variety of non-starchy vegetables along with dalia. You can make a khichdi out of it with a small portion of curd you can have as a dinner. So this will be somewhere around 700 to 800 calories in a day, depending on how much portion you're taking. And you can follow this weekly once just to detox your kidneys. And kidney detox drink, where you are not like, it is not possible for me to follow one whole specific day because I am constantly out, or I am keeping myself in busy situation. I cannot carry all of these things as I had. So I think this kidney detox drink is something which you can take any time of the day, or every day also you can have, not an issue, where you can take half cucumber, half a lemon, half inch ginger, and then coriander leaves a few, like might be one fistful, and mint leaves a few, like 10 to 12 mint leaves you can take, 350 ml of water. Grind this all together and drink this. You can take it in the morning, you can take it in the afternoon, evening, whatever time you would want to. This also specifically helps in detoxification of your kidneys. So this was some simple information which I wanted to give you with regard to kidney health. Now let's look at what are your questions. Thank you so much for patiently listening. Now let me just look at your messages. So please drop in all your queries in the chat window. Yeah. Okay. So let me look at. Yes. So let me look at your questions, queries. Okay, so other than creatinine, which other parameters needs to be routinely watched to check kidney condition? I think apart from creatinine, there is a urine test which will be done to understand how much glucose is being excreted in your urine. If it is like too much of glucose leak, we will understand from that. And then in your kidney function test itself, there is creatinine ratio which comes into picture. There is sodium, potassium, which we will understand, and then your uric acid levels also we need to understand. Can we drink water immediately after urination? You can absolutely drink water after urination. That's not an issue. But if you are using washroom soon after you are drinking, then you need to be a little particular. क्योंकि आप बहुत ज़्यादा पानी पी रहे हैं एक ही बार में. That's why you have the urge to go to washroom as soon as you drink water. Mr. Srinivasulu, I think this was your question. Um, Days meal plan ka you can get in touch with your coach, Mr. Rajendra. We all have this simple meal plan. I can put it here on the chat window as well, so you can go through and you can try to follow that. So it is क्योंकि Mr. Prabhakar has asked about the salt to the juice. Is it advisable? So I would say sodium naturally is present in all your vegetables, especially when we talk about green leafy vegetables. There is enough sodium in it. But if you feel it is very bland, I would want to add a pinch of salt. Then I think black salt or pink salt, a pinch of it you're adding, would not make it any bad. It would be good. But then see to it how much of sodium is coming into picture throughout the day in your food. If you're overdoing, then you need to avoid adding salt. Or if you're already having a kidney issue, salt restriction doctor has asked you to maintain, then don't add any variety of table salt into your food. Whatever is added during cooking, that is okay, because half of the sodium gets evaporated while you're cooking the food. So the video recording will be available, Mr. Samit, on the YouTube channel. It will be available. Please subscribe the YouTube channel of SugarFit. All the sessions recorded, everything will be recorded and it will be shared with you all. So can you suggest one or two leafy vegetable for safeguarding your kidneys? It is from Mr. Mushtaq. I think all the green leafy vegetables which are available according to the season, Mr. Mushtaq, are beneficial for kidneys. So I just mentioned in the detox plan as well. There is mint leaves, there is coriander leaves, which you can add, herbs, all these herbs on a regular basis you can add. This will help with regard to your kidney function. What parameters are indicated kidney issues? See, any blood work when you do, especially serum creatinine is going high, or high uric acid you are able to see, Mr. Sudhir. I think those are the areas which you get a little particular about to understand if you have any kidney issue. But again, by just looking at your parameters, we cannot diagnose. You need to visit a doctor, specialist, nephrologist to understand what issue do you have. Yes, Mr. Sunil, I have underwent kidney transplant. The detox plan still valid for me. Absolutely. It doesn't mean that you need not have to like follow. You can follow the detox plan for a day, but don't overdo it. So, Mr. Raghavendra, I think after 15 minutes after drinking water, you are having an urge to use washroom. It's absolutely fine. See, as soon as you drink water, you have the urge of visiting washroom. Then understand that you have overdone too much of pressure you are giving to your kidneys. If you are sipping in water, like one glass of water, for example, 250 ml of water, you have taken at least 10-15 minutes of time to finish to drink. I think that is absolutely fine.